Audio Jungle. 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 Audio Jungle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode number 2 of Behind the Play podcasting. It is officially that time of day again where we bring you the best in all of hockey and MLB. Alongside me I'm here with Nathan, and along with a very special guest coming from our Discord community, Bear Fork. That's not his real name. That's what he prefers to be called. So we will go ahead and get started with that. But first, we will go over to one of the greatest summer sports, actually the summer sport, baseball. So going over the standings, obviously a lot of big news has been going on. Boston Red Sox won the AL East. That's old news. They have their next game is actually today versus Baltimore. If you look at look at the standings, they are 59.5 games back from first place. However, 51 losses. Who does not expect that to happen for Boston? Meanwhile, the Yankees have clinched a division spot as well with 95 wins and 60 losses. Their next opponent is going to be today in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is third place in the division of the AL East, 87 and 68, and they will be playing the Yankees for the last couple stretches of the season. Cleveland, more like Believeland, for their second time has won the AL Central. The Indians are 87 wins and 68 losses, and they will be playing at the White Sox today. The White Sox are ranked the fourth in the division with 61 wins and 94 losses, and they're completely basically eliminated from the playoffs, meaning the White Sox. Going off to the AL West, the one of the most competitive divisions in all of baseball right now for damn sure is being led by the Astros. The Astros are 98 wins and 57 losses, and they have clinched the division. However, Oakland still has a chance to get a playoff spot. They are 3 games back from being eliminated. So it is going to be vitally important for the A's to be able to beat whoever they're playing next, and that will be the third place Seattle Mariners today. They'll be kicking off at Mariners Park today at about 7ish. I'm assuming. And going off to the NL East, and probably one of my favorite divisions to cover as well, even though I'm really a fan of none of these in the league. Atlanta, the Braves. The Braves are 88 wins and 68 losses. They have clinched the division. However, that does not mean that any other teams are unavailable to make the playoffs as well. The Philadelphia Phillies, I mean, are also actually, I take that back entirely. Um, the Philadelphia Phillies, along with the rest of the division, has been eliminated from the playoffs records. But the Braves have won and owned the NL East. They are going to be playing the Mets, start the fourth place Mets today. Actually, make that tomorrow at Citi Field in New York. Going off to the NL Central, the Cubs, Milwaukee Brewers, and the Cardinals are still in the playoff hunt. The Cubs have not yet won the division according to the MLB.com with a 91 and 64 record. Today they'll be playing at home at Wrigley versus the Pirates. On the other hand, we'll be playing another battle for that wild card spot and for the division as they play the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are in third place, and in fact, just two games back from the Milwaukee Brewers for second place. Going down to the NL West, the Dodgers have a chance to clinch the NL West in these next couple days. The Dodgers will be playing at the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers are in first place. The Dodgers are 87 wins and 69 losses, and they most likely will win the NL West again for the second year. The Colorado Rockies are 85 and 70. They are 6 games back from elimination. And the Diamondbacks, Giants, and Padres are all eliminated at this point because of their records. And the Diamondbacks will be playing the division leaders, the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Giants will be playing the last place contenders, the San Diego Padres. Moving on to the playoff prediction brought to you by MLB.com. So the MLB playoff prediction, and I'm inviting all one. We will be making our playoff predictions as they go along this season and as the spots get confirmed. So I'm gonna be going. I'm gonna be alongside with Nathan on this one for the NL or for the World Series playoffs. So with my picks, and then we'll go over to Nathan for the wild cards, and then we'll move on to divisional, to the NLCS, and to the World Series. So for the divisional wild cards, I'm going to be going for the American League. I'm going to be taking the Yankees over the A's and the Brewers over the Cardinals. How about you, Nathan?
Honestly, it's a bit hard to tell, but
Iffies.
every single one of these squads is very very competitive as of late. But yeah, I'll have to agree with you. I'm gonna go for the Yankees in the AL, and I'm gonna go for the Brewers in the NL. very competitive as of late. Sorry about this, guys. We're just having some technical difficulties. Kristen should be back momentarily.
And I honestly have no idea what just happened, but I am back. That's for sure. Um, I'm having a little bit of an audio issue on my end, but I will can go ahead and continue. So the for the Yankees versus Boston Red Sox in the ALDS versus the Houston Astros and the Cleveland Indians. I'm going to be going with the Indians in five games and the Yankees in four. So in that case, it's gonna actually, you know what? I take that back. It's gonna go to a game five for the Yankees Red Sox, and I'm gonna take the Yankees in game five. The Astros Indians, it will also most likely be the same thing as the American League is more of the competitive side. I will be taking the Houston Astros to the ALCS along with the Yankees. It'll be a lot like what happened last year, but the Yankees will win it. And the Yankees will go on to the World Series against the NL contenders, which I will announce right now. For the wild card, like I said before, I'm going the Brewers to beat the Cardinals. I'm going to be taking the Cubs to beat the Brewers in four games. I'm going to be taking the Dodgers Braves game. I'm going to be taking the Braves to beat the Dodgers in seven. Actually, no, in five rather. So we'll be going down to the Brewers versus Braves. I'm going to be going Braves to beat the Brewers. Brewers to the World Series against the Yankees. This is going to bring back one of those playoff moments brought to you by the good old the good old fashioned World Series contenders from 2001, 2000, and 1999. With that being said, I do not expect my predictions to be right at this point. I just expect it to be close, and hopefully it will. Um, but it all depends on what happens for the rest of this season. But moving on to a special thing I wanted to go over real quick as we go past the playoffs, and this will be ending my segment until the excuse me, the other part of it. So this is probably going to be something that really is going to make a lot of people laugh, especially with the latest thing that's been going on with the NHL. Flyers have released a new mascot, and this is going to be pretty funny. I'll pull up a picture of it right now. So this is the thing this is all going to be credited to the Twitter page of Gritty NHL mascot of the Philadelphia Flyers is all represented in this GIF. And I do apologize for the brief lag, but this is what he looks like, and I will continue to go down his Twitter page. He was introduced today, and I have a little bit of a short video for you, about 30 seconds long, credited to the Philadelphia Flyers. And this is basically what Gritty's going to be looking like. I'm honestly not that impressed with him. So this is what he looks like. A lot of people are excuse me for the lag again. A lot of people are making fun of this guy for the knockoff of the Philly Fanatic. At the same time, it's a little scary on my end. But Nathan, and also Bear, what's your guys' thoughts of this mascot? This is a little creepy, if you ask me.
Yeah, totally.
In my eyes, he reminds me a lot of the Expos or the mascot that was the Canadiens mascot, Yuppie.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I
don't
have to
honestly
agree
have
on
to
that
agree
one.
with that
Yeah,
there.
this is a little frightening to me. I mean, I'm not necessarily like, oh my god, get that thing away from me. It's more of that little like, oh my god, that's really beside, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's really not that bad. A lot of people are taking that thing off to being like, oh my god, it's terrible. But at the same time, it's not that. It's really not that intimidating at all. It reminds me of like the very like low grade version of the Philly Fanatic, and I've seen a lot worse of a mascot. I've seen like the Reno Aces mascot, which it's the Reno Aces mascot's a little something too, because it's just like hell, you don't know what it is, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it's something. And I guess we'll be moving on to the NHL segment for today, brought to you by Nathan and brought to you by the Maple Drinking Canadians. This is a product by Behind the Pipe Podcasting. So, Nathan, go ahead, take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we have the NHL scores from last night. Sorry for the trippy effect there. My recording software usually does that. So to go over last night's games, we had the St. Louis Blues taking the win over the Columbus Blue Jackets at Nationwide Arena. 5-1 is your final score. Butler, Sammy Blaze, he scored 2 in the game. Ivan Barbashev and Dmitry Yaskin also scoring for the St. Louis Blues in that one. And this one's a pretty good one for preseason action. The rematch of the 2008-2009 Stanley Cup playoffs, or the Stanley Cup Finals, I should be saying. The Detroit Red Wings beating the Pittsburgh Penguins by a score of 3-2. Michael Rasmussen and Andreas Athanasiou and Trevor Daley scoring for the Detroit Red Wings. A couple goals there for the Penguins. And the game that I was most happy for, and for Winnipeg Jets fans, obviously, a little bit of a head on there. The Jets beat the Edmonton Oilers last night by a score of 5-3 at Bell MTS Place last night. Mark Scheifele scoring a goal, and rookie standout Skylar McKenzie also scoring a couple of goals in that game. Blake Wheeler also adding one on as well. Looking forwards to the games that are going to be taking place later tonight. Again, sorry for the loading screen. It should be coming up any second now. So we have a lot of games tonight, actually. We're going to start off by some games that are currently in progress right now. The New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers are tied at zeros. They're about 5 minutes into the first period. Lee Stafniak has already put the Boston Bruins on the board in Philly, and the Boston Bruins lead by a score of 1-0. That has 5 minutes just passed in the first period. Games later on tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We have the Montreal Canadiens.
I'm having a little bit of a connection issues.
Oh yeah, okay. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we have the Montreal Canadiens taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. So that should definitely be a good one. Original 6 matchup there. We have the Minnesota Wild taking on the Dallas Stars at the American
Just
Airlines.
give me 1 second. I
Center
apologize for that in advance.
in Dallas Stars. The game that I'm looking forward to tonight, the Winnipeg Jets are in Calgary tonight. They're going to be taking on the Calgary Flames tonight. And later on tonight, obviously, we have the the Vancouver Canucks taking on the Los Angeles Kings. The Arizona Coyotes taking on the Anaheim Ducks, as well as the Vegas Golden Knights playing host to the Colorado Avalanche. Now, if we head back to the Winnipeg Jets game that just took place, obviously I'm going to be reporting a lot about this team, seeing as they are my hometown team. I'm also going to be reporting some Manitoba Moose action if you guys are interested in that. And also, if you guys do go on to enjoy the stream, I want you guys to do us a big favor. Go down to that bottom screen there, hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel, turn that bell notification on so you don't miss out on our next stream.
All right, I am back. If we are here and I can hear everybody, hopefully I'm back.
Yep, we're all here. So, yeah, guys, just leave a like on this video if you do go ahead to enjoy the stream. Again, subscribe, turn that bell
It still seems
notification
like my
on.
internet's being relatively bad. I was gonna do something right now with you guys. It was gonna be a NHL review, and it still looks like my camera's frozen solid on the screen. That's entirely great.
All right, so sort of a little interruption there, but yeah,
For the NHL regarding uh um we will go stream my screen. I don't think actually am. So I apologize for the lag in advance, guys. It's just bad. I'm having a ridiculous today. Um so you know what?
you good, Tristan?
All right. If you can hear me, I'm not gonna be able to finish this episode. Unfortunately, I cannot hear anyone that's talking. So, with that being said, Nathan, if you want to go ahead and take the rest of this episode over, I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, I can't finish this episode because of the fact that I can barely hear anybody. So, uh, unfortunately, I will have to step away. I'm going to be dealing with some technical issues, but with that being said, Nathan, go ahead and finish it off. I apologize in advance, guys, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one.
All right, so unfortunately, yeah, Tristan's connection isn't as good as we'd like it to be, but yeah. So going back to the Winnipeg Jets game from last night, the Jets did have some prime scoring in that game. Obviously, they got the win 5-3. Mark Scheifele with 2 goals. His first one came in the first period, his first of the preseason on the power play at 3:45. Skylar McKenzie, who was a 7th round pick in the 2017 draft, he actually gets his first of the preseason at 7:42. Mark Scheifele would get his second of the game on the power play, and second of the second period. At 10:01, shorthanded, Blake Wheeler would score um, on the power play to add to his scoring total at 7:24, and then Skylar McKenzie would ice it up at 10:23 with his second of the game. Kyle Yamamoto, Ethan Bear, and again Kyle Yamamoto providing the goal scoring for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, if we go to the Game Center portion of this report, I suppose I'm going to call it. Obviously, this is a very good momentum booster for the Winnipeg Jets. Obviously, heading into the regular season, because obviously we're going to want to see a bunch of these prospects that are down in the system, and hopefully, I will get to see a lot of them at the Manitoba Moose games upcoming. And again, sorry about the lag. We are having some technical difficulties here. What I do know is the Winnipeg Jets actually had 41 shots on net on the goaltender for the Edmonton Oilers. I think his name is Mikko Koskinen. He got signed back in July as an unrestricted free agent. He got signed to a 1-year contract. But yeah, he had a lot of pressure on his plate right there in the game there, and it obviously cost him as well. 5 goals against, 41 shots. There are some pretty good scoring assets for Edmonton, but unfortunately they didn't really show up in this one. So that is actually it for my NHL report. And to take it home from here, we have Brendan here. He's going to talk about some NFL. So, Brendan, if you would please take it away.
All right, so to continue on with our sports analysts of the night, I'm going to be covering the NFL quadrant of sports. Now, first of all, Our big game of the week right now was Cleveland. Cleveland beat the Jets for the first time in 635 days. Now, that's phenomenal for Cleveland, but what does this spell for the rest of their season? Because they're using a rookie quarterback because their main QB was injured and out. So our question here is, what can Baker Mayfield do? Can he hold them down for maybe a few more wins, or will this be their only success of the season? We can only wait to find out. Now, tonight we have Steelers versus the Buccaneers. The Steelers are currently 0-1-1, and the Buccaneers are undefeated. Now, there's a few question marks on the field here. Le'Veon Bell, he hasn't shown up to practice. There are rumors abound of him being traded. So the question here is, what is going to happen? Now, my personal honest opinion, I feel like the Steelers go to 0-2-1. I feel like the Bucks can make it go to 2-3-0 because Ben Roethlisberger doesn't have all his pieces there. Their defense is shaky, and overall they don't look completely there as a team. And the Buccaneers have looked incredibly strong in so far. Now, going back to Le'Veon Bell, we have to wonder if he actually is being traded. Where will he go, and for what? See, he's a talented running back. That's not the problem. It's just that he's been seeming to be a bit egotistical in the locker room. Now, that's obviously no problem because as a man of his skills is probably worth the pay. But since Pittsburgh doesn't seem to be wanting to come around, who would he go to? There are not many teams that would want to pick up a player like him for various reasons. I can honestly see him going to, say, the Cardinals or somewhere else, like maybe even the Jets, for a bit of conditioning, as it were, for a bit of a cool down tour before he goes up to one of the A-tier teams in the league. Overall, our reflections for week 3 are that we have 3 notable losses and 3 notable victories. The Patriots lost at Detroit, and they lost by a margin of 26-10. Now, Brady looked incredibly weak during that game. And more so over, they just couldn't get the ball to work for them. And honestly, they just looked sluggish. Now, don't get me wrong, Patriots, they will make the playoffs. However, I don't see them making the Super Bowl. Now, our next one is Green Bay versus the Packers. So the Schneiders, the Redskins, they were able to beat the Packers on home turf in Washington. Now, this was a score of 31-17, so Aaron Rodgers didn't exactly hold up. Now, honestly, it's not too surprising considering the fact that Washington came out right off the gates for 2 touchdowns within the first quarter. Now, Green Bay came back a little bit. They got 10-21 in the second quarter. However, that soon failed with 21 seconds left on the clock, with AP running 2 yards to get the 28. Now, this is not really telling for the rest of the season. I feel like Green Bay, of course, makes the playoffs per usual. However, I don't see them making it very far. Our last notable loss of the night is the Bills versus the Vikings. Now, the Bills, this is an extremely surprising victory for them, considering the fact it was 27-6. Now, the Bills ran right out of the bat with a touchdown, field goal, and another touchdown just in the first quarter alone. And then it took Minnesota until the fourth quarter to even score. And that was a touchdown where they shirked the 3-point. So I feel like Minnesota losing to the Bills shows that they may not, in fact, be ready for the rest of the season. They may need to put a few extra pieces into action. Next, I would like to discuss the notable wins. We have the Dolphins versus Raiders. Now, this was a closer game, with the score being 28-20. Now, the Raiders started it out 7-0. However, the Dolphins tied it up 7-7, and then it just went back and forth, 17-7, 17-14, 17-21, 28, and then the Raiders lost 20-28. Now, the Raiders have looked shaky all season. So my thought is they missed the playoffs just because of how all over the place this game was, and they couldn't even convert on third downs. So That's something for them to work on, but that's not for us to tell them to do it because they're big boys. They can do it. Next, Chiefs versus 49ers. Honestly, as a Chiefs fan, I am personally very happy about this game. Patrick Mahomes is absolutely insane. Right off the bat, 17-14 first quarter. Second quarter, 7-14, 7-21, 7-28, 7-35, 10-35. Now, the Chiefs did let off the gas a little bit in the end of the game, let the 49ers come back 16-24 and then 27 in the end. However, that was not enough. For my thoughts on Patrick Mahomes, I honestly thought he wasn't going to be doing too terribly well. I looked at his stats and before season started. I looked at the game he played last season against the Broncos, and I was not impressed. I thought maybe he can be great for another year. Like, have him develop, play half the season, and have Smith play the other rest of the season. But even still, he's been outstanding. For our final game of the week, we have the Cleveland Browns versus the New York Jets. Now, New York choked this, and they choked it hard. I'm saying, hard. There's no scoring plays within the first quarter. The end of the second quarter into halftime, it was 14-3 for the Jets, and then the Browns came back with another field goal, and then they scored on the touchdown for a 2-point conversion. So at that point, end of third quarter, it's 14-all. Now, then it was 17-14, and then with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter, Carlos Hyde got a 1-yard run for the touchdown. Now, again, as I would like to restate, this is Cleveland's first win since December 24th, 2016. Now, of course, the good part of that for the city is they got free beer out of it. However, I still feel like this is a fluke. I feel like the Browns, this will be one of their few, if only, wins this season. Now, they don't have the best schedule, but neither do they have the worst. So my thought is that they will inevitably lose the next, say, 8 games, maybe win 2 more. So they have a winning record. A losing record. They win 4, lose 9, and then maybe tie another one. So they end out with that. Still, better season than 0-16. With that, that's the end of my segment. Thank you all for listening. Please like and subscribe, and please hit that bell notification. And I'm going to turn it all the way back over to Tristan. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys, and hopefully I won't be having that big of a technical issue anymore. This was going to be something I covered when I had that entire shutdown of all my stuff. But since I am back, we're going to be doing the third jersey rankings, or at least my personal rankings. And this is actually going to be a little shocking to both Bear and for Nathan because of what I'm going to say and what I'm going to choose. But anyway, here we go. So looking at what I have right here, if Nathan, if you can make my screen a little bit bigger, if you can for me, man. The entire, or actually a couple teams around the league have released the new third jerseys. And I am really, to be honest with you, I am really shocked on what they came up with. My favorite ones as of right now are actually the top 5. I honestly have to say is number 5, the Arizona Coyotes. The Coyotes have one hell of a nice looking jersey. It reminds me of their classic good old Arizona Coyotes logo and everything else like that too. Number 4 is definitely going to be the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes, I really like that custom jersey. It is hurricane season over there, and it always makes sense. So, anyway, number 3, the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks jersey for damn sure is really nice. I do like what they did with the teal. As a Sharks fan, that kind of offends me. Not really. But I guess that the Anaheim Ducks are just trying to be the 2.0 version of the Sharks. Going on to number 2 is going to definitely have to be the Colorado Avalanche. The Colorado Avalanche, yes, it's pretty simple, yet the triangle going after the mountain, the sea for the state of Colorado, and that's basically what that is. And going off to the number one, hopefully if my pro would actually let me to work, the number one jersey, in my opinion, for this the third jersey is the San Jose Sharks jersey, which I have right here. On the sleeves, there's a little bit of a serpentine patch, if you can kind of see that in the sunlight that I got right there remaining. The shark fin on both the patches instead of the screaming shark, I really do like that. The nice teal collar that they got there, and this is Sharks territory. This jersey is probably going to be the best jersey I will probably see this year unless you're the Arizona Coyotes. Then you beat me on that one. But until that, the San Jose Sharks. Plus, I love the fact that they turned the logo, and I'll bring this back up. I love how they turned the logo from being orange, white, and black to having the stick be teal, the entire logo being teal, and it just looks really nice to me. This jersey is probably going to be my favorite Sharks jersey that I've had, and probably will ever own. But with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys for hanging through on this one. It wasn't really easy for me to come back onto this thing after all that lag. But we got through it, and I do have a brief announcement to make regarding the post stream that we're going to be holding here. If Nathan wants to, we will be streaming a video game. We will be playing hopefully all three of us on the stream today. We'll be out there playing a video game on Twitch. You guys are more than welcome to join us on Twitch and to hang out with us. Obviously, this will be the unscripted version of us. This will be the definite version of us that you won't really see on air, but at the same time, it'll be something that you will definitely want to see because we have a comedic side to us, especially when we start playing Uno. With that being said, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Yes, this was a little bit of a hard stream, and I do thank PC Principal for saying that. I don't know who you are, but thank you so much. But until then, before we end this stream, we will be doing a couple, and we'll be doing a couple of bit of holiday charity live streams. Yes, we are a small channel. Yes, I get that. But at the same time, I think we will be able to get a live stream going where we raise some charity money for charities from not only just San Jose or the Bay Area for me, since I'm Northern California, Winnipeg and Vegas, I'm assuming. We will be doing a live stream on Halloween or the day before Halloween. We'll be doing a couple live streams during the Thanksgiving break. We'll be doing some things over the Christmas break and also New Year's. But with that being said, and with that being said, regarding the social media platforms, you can always go ahead and follow us. The links of the @ symbols are down below. Follow us on Instagram @ Behind the Play Podcasting and on Discord. The Discord server we are most active on, besides the Instagram page. You can add us with that code right there and come talk to us, ask us anything you want, and just hang out with the stream. Obviously, with that being said, I want to turn this thing back over to Nathan. This is probably one of our most difficult struggles every single day, since we are not obviously in the same location, to keep the stream going without all these technical issues. But I just want to say thank you guys again, like I do every single video and every single live stream, for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us, and join us on Discord and on YouTube and on social media. To close out the show, I will hand this over to Nathan, and we will get this thing started back on at maybe 5 o'clock, top of the hour. But till then, here's Nathan.
All right, so Tristan, you you basically stole my line that I was going to say, honestly. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to our streams. I know we're very, very small. We're starting to get going a little bit, but we do really appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to listen to us ramble on about sports for. Looks like we've been going for almost 50 minutes now, and yeah, you guys have been what keeps us going. Obviously, our Discord server has been very active as of late. Again, go that just go join that Discord server. Pardon me. The code is down on your bottom of your screen. Also follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Obviously, we also have YouTube here. We are going to be doing some charity live streams, as Tristan said. Maybe I could throw something together. Who knows? But yeah, please do take some time. It only takes like 2 seconds. Go down to the bottom there, hit that like button, and subscribe to our channel. Turn that bell notification on so you don't miss out on any content, any sort of content, like videos or streams or all that. And we will also frequently be updating our Instagram and our Twitter and all of our social media with the latest news from all sports. So honestly, we thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, we will see you guys in the next live stream. So, yeah. You guys have any final remarks? Please say them now. You guys have any remarks?
All right, later, guys. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Jesus, dick in my balls. Holy shit. Hey, go back to the hockey nerds. I'm lagging my dick off in this server.